Okay, let's be real. There is one question on every single fight fan's mind. When is Conor McGregor coming back? Well, after years of setbacks, speculation, and waiting, it looks like we might finally have some answers. And those answers, they're coming straight from the man himself. This is the quote that has the entire MMA world buzzing. This isn't a rumor, it's not some insider report. This is Conor McGregor on the record telling everyone he's targeting a summer comeback. And this isn't just him talking either. He has confirmed he is actively negotiating with the UFC. So the wheels are officially turning for what could be, and let's be honest, probably will be, one of the most anticipated returns in the history of the sport. Now, a summer return sounds like it's right around the corner, but getting to this point, it has been anything but easy. To really understand where he's going, we gotta look back at the incredibly long and frankly frustrating road he's been on. And you have to ask, right? It feels like an eternity since we've seen him step inside that octagon. His absence isn't just about one thing. It's a whole series of major events and pretty tough setbacks. I mean, this timeline right here really just shows you the roller coaster he's been on. It all kicked off back in July 2021 with that brutal, just horrific leg break against Dustin Poirier. Then, after years of recovery, he was finally set to come back this year against Michael Chandler. But then, disaster struck again. The fight gets canceled at the very last minute, which, of course, brings us to today, where he's back in talks, trying to make it happen one more time. So after all that hype, all that training, what could possibly have derailed the comeback when it was so close? Well, the answer is kind of unbelievable. A broken toe. Think about that for a second. After coming back from one of the most gruesome leg injuries imaginable, a much smaller but just as devastating injury in training forced him out. It just goes to show you how fragile a fighter's camp can be, where literally years of work can be completely undone in a split second. Okay, so that's the past. Let's talk about the future. Now that Conor's confirmed negotiations are happening, two very different but very high-profile possibilities have popped up for his grand return to the UFC. And what's really interesting here is the contrast between the two options. On one hand, you have this historic, totally unprecedented event on June 14th on the South Lawn of the White House. And on the other hand, you've got the massive annual blockbuster that is International Fight Week in July, a huge deal for the UFC every single year in Vegas. Two completely different vibes, but both are massive stages for a comeback. Now, it seems like McGregor himself is really leaning towards that White House option. He's already said he wants to be on that card. And you know, it kind of makes sense when you think about his history there. He's actually visited before for a St. Patrick's Day thing, so there's a personal connection for him. But look, this decision isn't just about the venue. It's also about timing and everything else that's on Conor McGregor's plate. Because during this long layoff, he hasn't just been healing up, he's been busy building his business empire. And this has become a huge part of the Conor McGregor story, right? He's more than just a fighter now. He's a global businessman. His moves outside the cage aren't just little side projects. We're talking major ventures that make headlines all over the world. And his biggest move yet? Becoming a part owner in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC. I mean, this is a huge deal. It's a massive investment in another combat sports promotion, and it shows that his influence in the fight game now goes way beyond his own performance in the Octagon. So, when you take the backstory, the potential fight options, and his growing business empire, and you put it all together, what does the final decision actually look like? This is what it all boils down to. After all of this, what's the definitive answer? Can we finally circle a date on our calendars? And the honest answer is, we're still waiting. While Conor himself says he's coming back this summer, those crucial details, the who, the where, and the when, they're still up in the air. He's closer than he's been in years, for sure, but the entire fight world is still holding its breath. So I guess the real question isn't just if he'll return, but which Conor McGregor are we gonna see? The focused, hungry warrior of old, or the business tycoon whose empire now rivals his fighting legacy? Only time will tell.